And I'll just share this brief story to buttress the fact that it's still happening. Where they left off, we are continuing. At the beginning of this month, this very month of May 2026, my daughter called that she was not feeling well and that she was receiving treatments in the university clinic. She didn't get better. So on Sunday, 3rd of May specifically, she was admitted at the University Teaching Hospital. They concluded her treatment, and on Wednesday, 6th of May, I got a call from the teaching hospital telling me to come and take my daughter away, that they do not understand what is wrong with her, that they've treated her, and that she is just not improving. So the very next day, Thursday, 7th of May, I made arrangements. I brought her back to Lagos. I took her to a multidisciplinary private hospital. I made a hospital where they have all different disciplines, they have different consultants in different areas, and they started treatments. They started from where the teaching hospital stopped, because we brought report to the teaching hospital, so they were able to see what had been done there, and they started treating her. Brethren, the situation was going from bad to worse. Eventually, some brethren from the community, from the healing ministry and the intercessory ministry, came and shared prayers with her. And then it was as if there was a bit of turnaround. She became better. Eventually, she was discharged on Wednesday, 13th of this month. When she was discharged, we were happy. I went to hospital to pick her up that same Wednesday, 13th. But unfortunately, by the time I went to hospital, she has relaxed and now become much worse than she was before that time. It became so bad. In fact, her temperature was constantly at 40 degrees. As soon as they give her analgesics, wearing off, her temperature shoots back again to the highest level. She was vomiting, her head was breaking. She was just shouting, my head. She couldn't see, she couldn't lie down. No condition was good enough for her. On Friday of that week, the doctors, having exhausted all the options available with them, requested that we would do brain MRI, because they felt that maybe something had happened to her brain and that maybe have an injury or something. By that Friday, anybody who saw her will conclude that it's not possible for this young lady to make it to the next day. In fact, by that Friday, I had already started thinking two things. If we do the brain MRI and we'll find any lesion or growth in the brain, we will not be able to handle it here. And if we find nothing with the state she was in, it means they can also not be handled. They started being able to travel with her. But the challenge was, how do you get her stable enough to travel in a commercial airplane? So Friday, I took her for MRI. The facility didn't have facility for MRI. So I took her to clinics, all of us do clinics for brain MRI. We were there till about 12 midnight before we were able to finish the MRI. And all the people around us who were looking at her, they were just beating her. I'm sure they were just saying in their mind, this one is already a donor. But you know something, brethren? It dropped in my spirit that same Friday that we may be dealing with not a medical condition, but a spiritual situation. So I made calls, and our brethren from deliverance team came on Saturday, especially around 1 p.m. on Saturday. They started to administer deliverance prayers to my daughter. The moment that prayer started, she started coming back to life. And by the time the prayer finished, she was fully back to life. So I left them in the hospital, drove the team back to church. We came for our program. All this while Novena was going on and activities were going on. So we came for program. When I got home at night, I called my son who I left with her and said, how is she? He said she's been sleeping that immediately we left. She got up and ate her food and laid down, slept, woke up, used some minutes, slept again. By Sunday, when I went there with my wife, we met her downstairs. She came to buy something in the kiosk down there. Brethren, by Monday, she was discharged. The doctors were so confused. They couldn't comprehend it. Before that time, by the time she came to the hospital, where she was, they had used some antibiotics, very strong antibiotics, which they actually have specified. They use them. So they had to start with a higher antibiotics, in this case, Rocephin injection, feeling that whatever infection it is, they should be able to catch it with that. The fever didn't appear. They ran tests for HIV, for hepatitis B, C, all the viral screenings. They did all the viral screening, nothing was seen. They said the urine, there was protein in the urine, and maybe the liver has problem. They wanted to do liver biopsy and said, okay, let's even run some more tests, and then they confirmed that the kidney. They confirmed the kidney was okay. They ran tests on her liver was okay. They ran tests, checked her heart, checked all the organs, everything was okay. And that was when they finally said, go and do brain MRI. So having done brain MRI, before the results came, our master stepped in and took care of the situation, and we are where we are. So, brethren, I want to tell us,